All right, let's move to college basketball and welcome in FS1 college basketball insider, Evan Daniels. Evan, thanks for joining us.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Great suit, by the way.
Yeah, look at him.
All right, look, Duke is the overwhelming favorite. Everybody loves Duke. They know who Zion is.
Yeah.
That's all it is. To me, it's just love of Zion. No one knows anybody else in the tournament. I think Duke can be beat, but I want to ask you, Evan, of the number one seeds, we know North Carolina can give Duke trouble. What about Gonzaga or Virginia? Who of those three teams do you think, who gives Duke the most trouble perhaps in this tournament?
I would say it's probably North Carolina. They've proven that. They beat them twice. Now, granted, they weren't fully healthy, but I think there's another team. I actually think the winner of the Kentucky-North Carolina Elite Eight game will be the team that gives them the most trouble. I think Kentucky's headed in a great direction. They've progressively gotten better. I think there's a chance the season ends the way it started. Remember, Duke crushed them on the opening night, and I think Kentucky's getting a lot better. So I like those two in the final.
Calipari versus Coach K, that would be awesome.
That'd be great.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Fully healthy, though, Gonzaga did beat Duke,
did.
right? By 2, but still did beat them, so no Zag love in there?
No, I like Gonzaga. I just think Duke's the best team.
Yeah.
Now, they're not unbeatable because this is a team
No one is.
I mean, if you look at their shooting percentage from the three-point line, it's among the worst in the country. So, I mean, I think, there's a chance we could see, like, do you remember John Wall, Boogie Cousins back in Kentucky? They had the best year, the best team in 2009, and then they ran into a buzzsaw in West Virginia, couldn't make shots one night. That could happen to Duke.
So any big upsets looming in the opening rounds, you see?
I like Belmont. They played last night and got a win over Temple, and they play Maryland in the first round. And this is a team, they've got a 6'7" wing in Dylan Windler. That's probably going to be a second-round draft pick. Right. He can really shoot it. He can rebound it. And then they got a couple guards. Kevin McClain, really fast and athletic. He actually helped win them that game last night at 29. Big Moose inside, can score it. And another point guard in Mr. Murphy that can really pass. So I like them, and I like Oregon maybe over Wisconsin.
Did you finish your bracket? Did you see Yale over LSU? Did you not see that Ivy League win? No? No chance?
You can't say no chance because LSU is playing without their coach right now.
Okay.
I think that's the team that maybe you could pick them off. I mean, I think athletically they're really gifted, and maybe they could overwhelm some teams. But, I mean, it's a big deal. You take a head coach off the sidelines, it matters.
There you go. All right, listen, the NCAA tournament right now, because we don't pay that close attention to the regular season, it's about breakout stars.
Right.
And last year, it was incredible. When Sister Jean broke out and was the breakout star of the tournament and went so high in the lottery, who this year might be the Sister Jean of this tournament? Who's the breakout star on the court?
I actually like a guy from Kentucky, and Tyler Hero, and I think he's somewhat known, but this is a kid that I think has a chance to raise his draft stock. I think he's trending as maybe a top 20 pick, and coming into the season, I think most people thought he'd be around for a couple years. So if Kentucky has the success that they need to have in the tournaments because a guy like him steps up, and like I said, I think he's coming out, and I think he could maybe raise his stock. And there's a kid at Virginia Tech. He's missed the last month. Their point guard, Justin Robinson, averaged like 14 points a game, but a tremendous facilitator and can really pass. Virginia Tech losing him for the last month's been a big deal. He comes back. They've got a really good perimeter with Nickeil Alexander-Walker, so that could be one to watch too. And they could potentially play Duke in the Sweet 16.
How about Ja Morant, the star, leading Murray State deep in this run? Can he do it?
I mean, it's possible. I mean, Ja Morant's the best point guard, I think, that's going to play in the NCAA tournament. The size, the length, the athleticism, but his creativity off the live dribble, his ability to pass. That said, I actually have Marquette moving on in the first round. I think Marquette's a really good basketball team. They struggled a little down the stretch, but Marcus Howard, completely different than Ja Morant, but he can really score, and they've got the Hauser brothers. I think that's a tough matchup.
All right, thank you. Have a great job.